as the father of the nation, has failed. He has cultivated the culture of lies. Him, together with his co-parent, Raila Odinga, remember last year, they signed...
Co-parent, what is that?
You know, they're the fathers of the nation. See, the other one is called Baba. You know, Baba, in English, is father. Him, together with his co-parent, Raila Odinga, last year signed an MOU, which eventually ended up in this broad-based government. Remember the 10-point agenda? They said that they were coming together to end extrajudicial killings. Up to now, we're still experiencing extrajudicial killings. In fact, they have gone a notch higher. The president himself, together with his co-parent, signed an agreement and said that they are going to ensure that public officers do not engage in opulence. Up to today, we're seeing millions and millions of shillings being distributed daily in these so-called empowerment programs. Last year, the two signed an MOU to end corruption in Kenya. Of course, that has not happened. Inclusivity. The only inclusivity that we've seen in this broad-based government is to have relatives and cronies of Raila Odinga joining government. You saw him proposing the name of the son of his brother to be the advisor of the president. Yet, the Gen Zs had said that the president should reduce the number of advisors. But he has gone against the demands of the Gen Zs. And therefore, we cannot continue apportioning blames to the other sectors of the society, and yet the problem emanates from the president. Weaponizing of the justice system. You've had Mheshimiwa saying here that Kenya, the opposition leaders are having cronies who are terrorists. What are you telling the country? Up to today, you've charged 40 citizens of Kenya as terrorists. Yet next month, we are hosting the Chan Games. Are you telling our visitors that we have 40 terrorists in Kenya? What are you telling us? You know, weaponizing the justice system is only meant to intimidate the dissenting voices. And therefore, we need to ask ourselves, who are the owners of these goons? Some you've seen, allies of the president, owning up the process. You saw Oketch saying that he's going to carry goons all the way from Tiati to Nairobi to come and disrupt the demonstrations. Has he even been summoned to record a statement? No. You've seen one of the MPs saying that people should be shot on the head and nothing has happened. You've seen the president's ally saying that they are going to subvert the will of the people by stealing elections. They have not been summoned by NCIC or any prosecutory organ, and therefore parenting starts from the top. The governor of Nairobi, Sakaja, said that he will not allow people to come and demonstrate in the CBD. One day down the line, he mobilized goons. Goons who are passing in front of his office are worshipping him and praising him and cheering him up, yet nothing has happened. And therefore, first of all, we need to start dealing with this rot from the head. And that is why I say the responsibility of poor parenting starts with the head of state and his co-parent.
In 2 years' time, we have an election. Already the mobilization that is going on looks like it's on the ethnic lines. Or should we just bite the bullet and say, this is who we are?
First of all, Sam, I hope that you will be a neutral host.
What is your answer?
With a lot of respect, right? Because when you come to these shows, I will not say what you want to hear. I'll say what I've come here to say. Yeah. If it doesn't please you, that is fine. Yeah. And also in terms of time,
we're taking 6 minutes.
You just be fair. But that said, I empathize sincerely as a young person with Senator Malala. And the reason why I empathize with Senator Malala is because Senator Malala, right now, and you know, when I was talking about the issue of Gen Z and the people who want to take over the Gen Z movement, you see Malala is almost presenting himself as this messianic leader who has just arrived, and therefore everything that is happening is wrong with this government, when Malala voted for Ruto. That's the first thing. Malala was Ruto's friend. He has benefited from Ruto's politics more than... Can I just... When he was speaking, I was very quiet.
When he changes, we change.
Please, allow me.
I'll be very quiet.
When he changes, we change.
You know, if you want to heckle, I can heckle better, but I will be very quiet when you're speaking.
Of course, you're a better heckler.
So that when you're talking, I'll be very quiet. Senator Malala has benefited so much from Ruto's politics than what is cascading on Raila Amolo Odinga right now and other people that he's talking about. Senator Malala voted for Ruto. Senator Malala is on record. He started his politics as ANC member and actually SG of ANC. After Ruto built him a house, the first benefit that he had, and it is in public domain that Ruto built him a house, he voted for Ruto. He convinced his party leader at that time, Mudavadi, to go and join Ruto in politics. After they got into power, Senator Malala was also SG of UDA. Is the big problem is the one who gave us this big problem that we're solving right now. You remember, I came on this TV with you, Sam, 2022, 2023. when Senator Malala was sitting here, when I was arguing the case of these PSS that were from dominant tribes, and I was talking about them, about PSS and CSS to be a neutral ground for everybody in the country, even if make 2 per as many tribes as can get. Senator Malala was opposed to it. Senator Malala supported 52 CAS, remember, we were within this show, some CAS that were unconstitutional, and they were burdensome to the government that we were having at that time. So everything that is wrong that has come to this country, it is Senator Malala was brought to us well.
But I've changed.
And that is why you cannot change like that.
Run away from the negative.
In fact, I wish that when you were in church last Sunday, you would have asked me to be prayed for, because you have not changed your bad manners of making sure that this...
Calm down.
No, I'm very serious, because we are talking serious business here.
Calm down.
We cannot come into government as ODM to correct the messes that you created in this country, and then you come here to come and lecture us about how tribal Raila Odinga is, so by having one of his people or relatives being appointed in government. That's negative profiling. In any case, the party that is now in...
Is it true?
Sorry?
Is it true that his nephew was appointed as a presidential advisor?
But you can't apportion that to him. How many of Senator Malala's relatives are in government?
But if the nephew is
can we profile him? I don't want to profile them because they are Kenyans. Okay?
The nephew is
the issue here...
why should he be denied?
Can I have my time, Senator Malala and Honorable John? The issue here is, and I don't want to profile, I know Senator Malala's relatives. It's not one. I know several of them, but I will not mention them. I will not mention them because I'm more dignified not to mention them, because they are Kenyans. Okay? The issue of Rigiji is a tribalist. Senator Malala here is sitting here as the deputy party leader of Rigathi Gachagua. Just wait. He's the deputy party leader of the Rigathi Gachagua. When Rigathi Gachagua left, go to the clips that happened in the chat that we just talked about, where they were in Nakuru. Yeah. Who was declared as a party leader?
No, he never did.
Senator Methu. Senator Jen Kihara was there, meaning that even Rigathi Gachagua does not trust his own deputy party leader to lead this party when he's away, when he's abroad.
When Raila went to AU,
he left the party. Can I just finish my thought?
No, but he's
can I have my time? Please say Sam. This is what I said, because I knew if I told him the truth, he will interfere, and I don't interfere with the time.
But he's lying.
Because she also needs her time.
You're lying.
I'll give you right of
I'm not lying. The truth is, why didn't he respond? Because he spoke after Jen Kihara, Honorable Jen Kihara spoke, and Jen Kihara declared what Rigiji had declared, that in his absence, it is Methu to lead the party, not his deputy, who is Malala. In the US, I studied in the US, I spent 7 years in the US. I have friends calling me from Boston. I have friends calling me from everywhere. They go into meetings where Rigiji is, then they find themselves Kisii or Luo finding themselves strangers. Why? Because Rigiji is meeting Kikuyus in the US. How do you extend the issue of tribalism out from this country, go to the US and ethnically mobilize? He said it in the US, Sam, that let Malala go and collect his tribal votes, let Kalonzo go and collect his tribal votes, let Rigiji collect his tribal votes from the mountain, then they come and then discuss who will be the next. I mean, we cannot afford having this country continue. The context of the law is that we must protect the Gen Zs.
You said, Senator, that the protests are organic and amorphous,
yes,
but also their politicians are taking advantage.
There is political classes that are taking advantage of them, and there is also gangs that are taking advantage of those protests.
Well, it's political.
I'll give you an example. Yeah. I'll give you a good example. After every protest that we have seen in this country, right? During the Gen Z protest that happened in last year, that was 2024. The entire time, for instance, ODM, where I come from, Baba was told by Gen Zs, because Baba is my leader in ODM party, stay at home. So after every protest happened, the account of those protests, you didn't see ODM making any comments about those protests, because it was not our protest. Our protest in 2023, whereas Azimio was clear that we called people to the streets, we used to take to brief the public. We went to protest yesterday. This and this happened in Kware, and there was this looting that happened in this place.
Politicians are taking advantage.
I'm getting to you.
Sorry,
I'm getting to that.
Thank you so much time.
I'm getting to that because
my question, because it's very specific.
Yes, but I'm getting to that.
Sorry, Senator, it's coming from your statement that there are political classes that are taking advantage of the protest. Who?
Sam, can I just proceed to my point?
You spent 6 minutes. You've not given me an answer.
Sam, this is not how we debate, honestly. If you don't give me time to explain myself...
taking advantage of the protest? And
I'm giving you good context so that you understand. We're not having debates in vacuum. So we have seen the parallel. We draw parallels between the process of Gen Z. They didn't start yesterday. Last year there was process of Gen Zs, and there are no people holding brief for those protests. In this year, we have seen once Gen Zs have gone to the streets, we have seen the opposition holding brief after those protests and claiming them to be and talking on behalf of those protests. In that case, then they hold responsibility of those protests. A number of opposition leaders, some.
Okay, let's listen to a clip here. I think it best answers what you're saying.
Is ODM no longer in opposition?
Let's listen to the clip.
Say it is Fred Matiang'i and give the evidence for it.
Because even that blanket and general condemnation is part of that laziness and that recklessness and the escapist behavior, as it were. Be direct and say who it is who is doing that kind of thing.
The African Update.